Hey, Ray Dietrich here, and we are going to talk about Facebook ads for 2017 on the PPE engagement ads. Okay, so all I did was click create ads from Facebook Ad Manager, and we're going to show you everything from here. Okay, so this is an engagement ad, PPE, right? So click engagement, and I like to name these campaigns with something that um, I remember. Once you start managing many ads, you're going to want some kind of system. So I have a system like HBT is. We're doing an ad today for a store called Home Business Threads. So I usually put the store first, and then like the item. Um, this is just going to be a general ad to the entire store, and then so I put where it is, what product we're promoting, and then what type of ad we're doing. Usually, just so I know. Okay, so this is where all the magic happens, right? Like in the audiences. Okay, now it's a Shopify store selling clothes and apparel for to the home-based business niche. So that's who we're targeting, right? So I'll kind of go through this with you as to why I'm doing these things. Okay, I find the first ad that you're doing, I usually stretch it out 24 to 64, something like that. Typically, I don't target much under age 24 just because, there's not a ton of wealth in that age bracket usually. So it's easier to go up. And my first ad on a product, I typically will go a super wide reach, 24 to 64, and do both men and women. And the reason why I do that is because once this ad runs, 72 hours or so, then I can go back and read the data. I can see if, age, 45 to 64 performed better than everyone else, and women bought more by 70%. So guess what? Then I'm going to target down into additional ads, in that ad set with those demos. So this is kind of like the first one that you see if number one, if they like the product, and number two, who's buying it so you can target down and drill down deeper. Okay. So this is pretty standard. US 24 to 64, men and women, something like that. So this is home business threads, right? Like, so let's look at home-based business. This is the targeting, right? This is where everything really happens. The way you need to look at that is you need to think, okay, who is my perfect customer? Who am I advertising to? And where do they hang out online? Okay, if you are going after home-based business people, you're probably looking for people who hang out on sites, on pages, are following people in the home-based business industry. All of those things would tell you that that's a person that probably would like what you have to sell. Okay, so interest, home-based business, and now it'll start pulling up things that are related to that. So, I kind of go in here and just see what makes sense. Now, business opportunity, you don't want a massive audience, in my opinion, in the first one. I like to keep it a little bit smaller than that, right? So I kind of look through here. Online home business, that's good. Um, you know, there's so many of these. Entrepreneurship, 177 million, that's kind of a lot. The work from home lifestyle, that's a great one. Entrepreneurship, too many people, right? Earn money online, that's good. Work from home, yep, that's good. So as you're looking at these, it kind of tells you like how many people, right? Like I personally don't want to go after business opportunity and have 1.7 million people. I'd rather have a tighter audience. Now later there's times, because look, once you get a product that you know is selling, you're going to make a lot of different ads. You're going to try to scale that campaign every which direction you possibly can and sell it to as many people as you can. But in the beginning, you want to make sure that you have it all tight. And as we're going, like the tally kind of goes up here, right? Like it tells you how big this audience is. So we may have to go into bigger. Now these are kind of like, some of these are pretty general. I would probably start going after people in the home-based business industry more. Um, one of our buddies, Ray Higdon, he has great followers, so we target him a lot. Brings up a lot of people. So, you know, it definitely helps when you start pulling in these people a bit more. So, whatever niche, whatever leader is in that niche, whether it's a business leader or a sports leader or whoever like the influencers are in those niche, make sure you're following them. Figure out what these people are reading. Like home-based business, like Robert Kiyosaki, right? There's a lot of people who follow his work in this industry. So why not pull his stuff in? There you go. See, that's too big of an interest. I wouldn't add that 5 million. But the rich dad has 22,000. So yeah, that's a great one, right? And for some reason, this number in the last 2 days, of course, while I'm doing this tutorial, this number has been thrown off. This isn't correct. Okay, so kind of just have to eyeball these audiences and kind of know what kind of numbers you're dealing with and things like that. Okay, so that's not really accurate. This 10 million. Facebook likes to throw wrenches into it every once in a while. Let's see. My Lead System Pro is full of home-based business people, and you start to pull in. Eric Worre is a big guy for home-based business. You start to pull in other interests Facebook finds for you that they think are related, and they do a really good job. Like pretty much all of these will serve up to the right people that you want. I'm going to add just a couple more here. I like the people ones. Sarah Robbins, network marketing professional, Eric Worre. Okay, so that should be enough. Yeah, Facebook's not giving an accurate count at all here, but I kind of know this is probably around, I don't know, probably around a million or so people, something like that. Okay, so you can come right here and you can save this audience for the next time if you want. I'll probably save it just to so I can remember if this audience does hit and create some sales. I'll come in and drill down into this audience. So I kind of just name it what it is, right? Wide home-based biz. Okay, so it's like a wide audience. It's like a starter audience. But you want to know, like, you want to be able to go in and retarget these people again and drill down on these audiences really well if this ad does work. Okay. Now with placements, this is like, is it going to be on Insta? Is it going to be on the right side? Is it going to be in mobile? Like, where is it going to be, right? I prefer just to keep it on Facebook in the beginning and just on the feeds. Okay, so I deselect Instagram and the right column. Okay, I just want it to be on mobile and desktop feeds because that's typically where I get the most sales, and it's a good way to start. And then you can start scaling and testing new things in the right column or Instagram at a later point. Now, see, Facebook came in a minute ago, it was 10 million. Now it's 440,000, which is a great audience. That's a good audience to test in. Okay. Now, daily budgets. If you have $20 items, $25 items, a $20 day or budget for 2 to 3 days is pretty good. Okay, you have to spend money to test. Now, something I was told recently, and it seems to be working for me. So, Facebook is this weird thing where everyone has different information. But I learned recently, and we've been trying in our testing, that even if you don't stick to it because you adjust it, supposedly we're getting better results by putting an end date. For whatever reason, we get better performance when we put an end date on these ads. Okay, so you can always go in and edit it and extend it if the ad's just going crazy and it's awesome. Then leave it, right? Or then extend it. But for some reason, Facebook's performing better with an end date. Okay, so that's something we're doing. And then the ad set name. Okay, this is where, remember we already named the entire campaign, right? That was like the business name, the product, and the type of ad. This right here is for the specific ad set within this campaign. So you want to put, wide home biz audience, and then put feeds. Because you put what the target was, right? Which would be, it could be home-based biz, females 22 to 40, and then feeds, right? Like you want to be able to describe what audience it was, what segment of the audience it is, and what type of ad it was. It could be Instagram or right side or any of those things, but this is typically how I start the first ads. Okay, so I'll use an existing post. Let's see here. Let me find it. There we go. Home biz threads. It's a new little project we have. We're doing a lot of training with it. So here's the post I put up. Check it out. Now, this isn't just for one shirt. It's a little bit different. It's just for the store. Now, I'm kind of doing this a little different than I usually would because of what it is. We're kind of building the store out as part of these tutorials that we've been putting on with the e-commerce inner circle. So, we're doing it a little differently, but this is a typical ad that will run as far as the copy. Okay, I like to ask a question in the beginning of the ads that they're going to answer yes to. So they start answering yes. And these little emoji things, whatever the heck they're called, you can Google Facebook emoji to copy and paste, and you can do this from your desktop. Okay, so I like to grab their attention with something. Are you a home biz superstar? And then show everyone what you do and get. And I always use the word get because it's a great action word. You're telling them what to do, right? Show everyone what you do and get your home biz shirts, hats, and hoodies today. Okay, telling them what they want and then telling them where to get it. And then I will go into the first comment, and if you refresh this, I've already done it. The first comment I do is I repeat this again. Okay, because you'll go through these threads and people will be like, oh, I love this. Where do I buy it? Well, it's right here, but if you also put it as a first comment, you have a better idea or a better chance of them seeing it. So this is a little bit of a different creative. This is my buddy Eric. This is me, obviously, and this is one of our shirts. So we're just trying to pattern interrupt them a little bit more. I mean, it is a marketer, is our avatar and our customer. So I feel like we can do different creative ads. So that's kind of what we're doing there. So that's the ad. It's an existing post. It's PPE. So right on the engagement ads, that means it's to an existing post. Now, when we get into conversion ads and different things like that, you're going to create dark posts, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But make sure, and we're going to get into pixel setup and stuff later, so don't worry, but always click this. Track all conversions of my Facebook pixel, okay? Place the order. That's it, okay? That is it. And now, here's how it's set up, right? This account doesn't have much going on here. Okay. So here, this is where if you wanted to send to the same ad, right? Here's the post, same one that we were just talking about. If you want to send different ad sets to that same post, you just click this. And you would do that if this starts hitting and you start doing the breakdown of this, you can just click breakdown and go age and gender. And then once you have all the sales data in here, you can see who's buying. So you say you decided to do an ad to females 20 to 30 from this audience. You would just hit create ad set. You would go through, dissect the audience, but you would name it females 20 to 30, and it would go right here. And you could just have them all stacked and compare each other to the other sets within this group, right? Okay, so that's it. That's the very beginning, the PPE. PPE works great to build an audience. It grows fan pages. It can generate you a ton of sales, but it is nowhere near the end of the Facebook ad journey. So I'll catch you on the next one.